Let's give them something to talk about. It ain't no mystery to figure out. We'll talk about love, love, love. Uh, hello, this is Paul calling from Wyoming. I got a phone call from my dad, Ed, this morning, and he said that somebody named Margaret called and that you're my sister. What? Talk to me. Oh, you're gonna make me go first, huh? Wow. I was born in Houston in 1960 and was right from after I was born, I was put up for adoption, and it's my understanding that my birth mother's name is Judy. Yeah, yeah. I was born in May of 1960. When were you born? Oh gosh, that's a year and a day after me. Mom got married when she was 3 months pregnant with me to John, and they're still married. Wow. They defied lots of odds, didn't they? And so Mom would have been, let's see, 3 months. So after they'd been married 6 months, she had me. Wow. I look forward to meeting your father. Yeah. Well, gosh, I started looking 20 years ago, and I had to tell big lies. And one of the lies that I told was on my original birth certificate, it gave Judy and John as my parents, but my understanding of the story was that John was not my father. But on the birth certificate it said that he was a crop duster. And so I called the FAA on the phone, and I said, I'm trying to find this friend of mine from World War II. And they gave me his address and his phone right over the phone. I know, I hope we're past the statute of limitations. And so I got some good advice from friends, and one of the really good pieces of advice was don't go directly to your mom. That's too much. It's too threatening or something. And so I waited a couple of weeks, and one evening about dinner time I called the house, and Mom answered the phone, and I asked for John, and she put John on the phone, and I spoke with him for a while. And the more I spoke with him, the more I liked him. My sense of him was that he was a good man, and that he that he took good care of you guys, and that he was real solid. Yeah. Some letters went back and forth, and it was a scary situation for Mom, and so we ceased our communication, and it was like a book that I had put on the shelf, and not knowing if I'd ever go back and reopen it and finish reading it, the book, Gosh, I think Dad told me that you're in Austin. What do you do? Wow, nursing's an honest profession. I'm an insurance adjuster, so I mean, yeah, you're way up the food chain from me. And I'm thinking that you've got two siblings. So Robin, and she's the baby. Wow. And she's a preschool teacher. Wow. Danny. How much younger than you is Danny? Cool. And where is he? Wow, I've watched that show on the History Channel about Alaskan fishermen. He was on that? They did a segment on a boat that he was in that sank. Wow, I think I've seen that. And I remember just cheering for these guys doing the hand over hand thing on the rope trying to get to the shoreline. And I remember the Coast Guard pilot, he's like cheering for, the last guy was having trouble, he was carrying something, and the Coast Guard guy's cheering for him, and I'm yelling at him like he's a racehorse and I got money on him. Danny was the last one off the boat. He was the skipper of the boat. Wow. Wow. I know somebody famous. Well, let's see. I've been in Wyoming coming up on 20 years. I was in Texas. Grew up there and educated and everything until I was about 24. Went to California for 10 years, and one day I saw an ad in the LA Times to take over a business here in Sheridan, Wyoming, and I came out and just totally love it here. Yeah. Well, that's so cool. Well, tell me a little bit about Mom. Yeah. Yeah. And so she has a diagnosis of dementia. Have they given it a name? No, I've never heard of Lewy body disease. Okay. I'll look it up on the internet and yeah. How is she doing with all of this? Scared but excited. Wow, I've never heard that expression before, like a calf standing at a new gate, not knowing if they should go through. Yeah, I get the picture. Gosh, Margaret, this is just so, I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful. And I know I'm probably pushing things too fast, but has Mom ever told you anything about my father? He's a Korean War vet. And he may have family in Wyoming. Well, it's a small world, isn't it? Well, the chances of me knowing him are really, really slim. Has she ever told you a name? Not Phelps and not Phillips, but Phipps. Wow. And in spite of all of that, Mom's dementia, she's very confident of that name. Phipps.